Previously on Book of Spring.
Colleen caught a pair of bandits stealing their supplies. The party invited them inside for a meal of leftover rat stew. While they ate, questions were asked, and the party found out Anna and Bug-Eye were just trying to get home. The party gave them some rations and sent them on their way. Last we left off, Anna and Bug-Eye left in the middle of the night, and then I'm assuming you guys went back to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was probably like 5 o'clock in the morning, so...
Is it worth setting a watch at this point? Whatever. I don't care. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, so you guys, I just figured you guys go back to bed. And so you'll wake up the next morning, the rain has lifted, and it is time for you to do your new condition checks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got a 7.
Condition checks
not
might be
a 4.
the most dangerous part of the game for Babu.
How badly you slept. I mean, honestly, as you get older, that is kind of what happens. I've been sleeping really poorly the last few days.
Like,
so.
I got a 4 again.
7's neither good or bad, is it?
7's fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Like, I came in here and there was a 4 on my condition, and then I rolled a 3 and a 1. And it's like, okay, well, I guess Babu, my sleep was interrupted.
10.
Oh, that means you get to increase 1 die.
Hell yes. Strength, I guess.
That makes sense. So they're traveling.
So now I'm 8s across the board.
8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So Babu will... You're not feeling so good still?
Babu's... I feel like the worse my condition check is, the more Babu's going to be a dick.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, his sympathy meter is just...
Like real old people.
Yeah, like...
I just can't with your worthless problems.
I've had this cough that hasn't gone away for like 50 years. I mean,
Wow.
my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, my nipples hurt. I mean, it's just really hard.
So you'll let your
Imagine.
cottage disappear?
Yeah, after we get dressed and all that.
Gotcha.
I'll shave again to keep the stubble down. I'm sorry, I require that you incorporate that into the role playing.
So you hear a tiny little from somewhere up in the rafters of the cottage before you.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's those little rain dragons.
What's Babu keeping up there?
Gosh,
Who knows?
who knows? Who wants to know? It's probably bad.
All right, you ready to travel?
That's why I have a condition of 5, because those little creatures just were going all night. I was trying to sleep.
Sneezing, snoring, yawning.
I'm just so mad at whatever's up there now.
They probably make the cutest, like, squeaky noises. Honestly.
It's probably cute when you're wide awake. But...
All right.
They're rafter bats.
All right. Cottages disappeared. You guys are ready to continue your journey, I should say. So that means you have to do your travel check next to see how well you guys do. And it is the strength dex, but let me see what your
And you were letting us do some kind of, it was like a marshy wasteland?
It's like
Woody
wasteland, deep forest. So I was saying that your check, and it's not raining anymore.
Is it sunny?
It is not sunny. It's kind of just cloudy.
Okay.
I don't have anything for wasteland, so I'm good. I'm just going to roll straight.
You get a bonus, I'm sure.
I forget if I got a bonus.
was 8.
What it was.
8 is your target number right now.
Because you, Deepwood, so +2, plus your jungle boots, that's another +1. So +3.
+3? I thought we were in wasteland.
Well, it's
a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got +3.
Because Amber was nice and realized that Babu was rolling a D4 and a D6. Maybe the first half of the morning is always the worst part of Babu's day.
It's because it's like your muscles are like, you're warming them up.
Oh, yeah.
8.
Got a 14.
Oh, dang. Nice.
15.
Man.
Oh, my God.
I got a 12.
I saw a 0 and a 1, and I remembered I was rolling a D10.
What number am I looking for?
8.
I got 8.
Okay, so you...
4 + 4.
Nice. So you don't get hurt.
I don't get hurt.
That's good.
That's really, at this juncture of my life cycle, that's all I can hope for.
Same.
All right. Now we need the mapper to make sure you're staying on track with where you're supposed to be going, which was, I said northwest in the previous podcast. I can't remember what episode I said it, but it's supposed to be northeast.
Int, so 2d4. Or d8, excuse me.
And we can
2d4.
We can assist him,
Yes,
correct?
you can.
I don't know why,
assist
but
him.
my brain divided it by 2. I was like, D4.
And so the target number is 8.
Babu's gonna lick his finger and
That's always the wind thing, right?
I got a 10 to assist.
I got a 7.
So you needed that assist. Okay. So you bumps you to an 8. So yeah, you're fine.
All right, cool.
Scraping by.
Yeah.
High five. Okay.
Minimum effort.
Okay. So you're traveling northeast, and it's taking you, like, you're still keeping up on pace. As you're getting further northeast, the trees are becoming more and more dense, and there's more foliage here. So it feels like this wasteland is now becoming forest.
Just straight up.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know that about around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there should be still sun shining, but it's getting so dark. Like the further you go in, it's just the foliage, the canopy is so close together that it is now feels like it's dusk in here.
We're just now traveling in a giant bush, basically.
Like as Jake is looking up, it's starting to look kind of like, whoa, this is like geodome-esque foliage stuff happening.
Totoro when you go running through the tunnels.
Is it loud? Like, is there a lot of wildlife sounds?
So it's pretty hush in here. You'll hear like little birds tweeting every once in a while, and
Get strangled?
no.
Yeah, what does one sound like?
You hear like raccoons fighting with each other and stuff like that because wildlife's so thick and they're just getting in each other's territories and they're.
And also, as you're going through this geodome-esque tunnel, like, the leaves are rustling. It's becoming more lush here, too. So it feels a little bit muggy, because of just all the humidity and condensation of water.
Gross.
And also, the path is starting to get rockier, too. And so you'll walk by, there's a big, boulder bigger than Jake that's covered in moss. And then there's starting to be more bits of rocky parts in this area. You'll keep traveling, and as it's getting closer to, usually when you set up camp, true night has settled, and it is now very, very dark in here. And can you all give me a perception or sense check?
What's the perception check again?
And we're doing...
No.
Int spirit.
I'm going to do that then. I'm going to use my innate intuition.
No, this one is a D4.
Oh, 10.
Nice.
D4.
9.
I got a 6.
Okay, Jake doesn't see anything. He's too busy.
7.
Okay, cool.
I'm too busy walking.
Too busy walking and taking in the cool foliage that's growing. Can I eat this? Can I eat this? Can we eat this?
What kind of temperature is it under all this foliage? Is it kind of like humid?
It's like 76 degrees in here.
Which is miserable when it's humid.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
It is
fun.
humid.
Yeah,
though.
it feels humid. Yeah.
Okay.
But now that it's night, it's starting to cool up a little bit. It's
Okay.
not as muggy. Who rolled the 9?
That was Arthur,
Yeah.
and then I got a 10.
Okay. So Colleen, you notice, there's a few like little moths here and there. Arthur, you're like, wow, that's a lot of moths.
That's a lot of moth.
Because like they're starting to settle on like Crispin and the donkeys, and then they're starting to settle on moths.
I heard moss, and I was like, oh God.
We're growing lichen. No. And then Babu, you're looking at like as soon as Arthur goes, huh, that's a lot of moths. You look down at like your clothes and like, yeah, there are
Ew.
a lot of moths that are starting to settle. And as you're looking closer, you can see that they're eating away.
I was just going to say, some moths can be like dangerous and poisonous. Can I roll to see if I know a way to shoo these things?
Sure. Knowledge, tradition?
Yeah, I I was
Yes.
Yeah, the tradition
Yeah,
of...
this is a horror show, suddenly.
Yeah,
Well-
I kind of nudged Colleen like, I'm so glad you got those candles.
Right?
Oh no.
What'd
Oh,
you roll?
no.
I rolled a 7, which isn't terrible. But
Yeah, so you don't know what these moths
You're
are.
like, we gotta find some cedar.
we do have the citronelle candles, right? Those are to keep bugs away?
Yeah, but the moths might like the flame.
Well, if they're on the flame and not on my shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Colleen? Mm-hmm. Colleen, please light a candle.
We got so many.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Babu doesn't know what these moths are, but you're like, there's bug repellent stuff, so maybe
Yeah.
that'll work.
Are these like those X-Files bugs?
No, they are not glowing,
Okay.
and
Phew.
your flesh is not being eaten.
As far as we know.
How many would we like to use?
How many do we have again? Like 30?
How many moths are there?
There's a fuck ton of moths.
Yeah, this is like, you look at Crispin, and he blinks at you, and his eyes are just
His
like,
eyelids
are just covered with them.
Let's all get
Gross.
a candle and just like this vigil that's walking through the woods.
Also, you're looking at your donkeys and mules, like Rin has like no moths on her, like just a couple, and it looks really cute, like she's got a necklace, but Rin is just like crawling.
Huh. I wonder why.
Crispin's too dumb to keep them away.
Does that mean Babu is the Crispin of our group?
I'm not saying anything.
I think Babu's objectively the smartest. Or at the very least, he can say he has the most knowledge.
Have you guys decided on your?
With that fat D12 in.
Have you decided on how many candles you want to light?
I'm counting 16 in our inventory.
Let's do 2 then.
I thought you were going to say, let's do all of them.
Well, we got more nights. Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah.
do we... I don't remember the actual description for those items, but did they have like an area of effect that I could...
I think it's more flavor. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just let you guys buy citronella candles.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was actually listed as a
Okay.
citronella candle or not.
Pretty sure there was something in the
Let me
Yeah,
let me
bug
double
repellent.
check.
book because they were wicked cheap.
I'm mostly thinking of if the area is large enough, we can space it out. Like, we can just clump together a little bit and it'll be fine. Because I don't know how long we're going to be traveling through this forest, and I don't want to burn all of our candles.
I just think of that drill tweet. I just keep buying candles. Can somebody help me with my budget? This is what we spend X on food, but $200 a month on candles.
Insect repellent candle.
Oh, there it is.
Smelly candle that repels vermin and insects. Lasts for 12 hours.
Okay, so we can camp with it. That's good. It doesn't say how big it is.
Nope.
Can we...
If you want to do if you want to do another, like...
Just smart,
like yeah.
math?
I mean, there's probably double the vermin and insects, so we might need double the candles.
I got 11 that time.
You look at the candles and like the size of it, and you're looking at the amount of moths and bugs in this area, and you're like, man, maybe 3 or 4 might do it, just because there's just so many.
We do 4, then we're out in 4 days. But we'll probably be dead.
If it's like this every night.
Yeah.
We'll probably be dead by then. So, yeah, do 4.
All right, great.
Okay. So yeah, you light your 4 candles. The moths, it takes a little bit of time, but they'll start to dissipate, but they're hanging back. It's like...
They're not leaving.
They're lying in wait.
They're waiting.
Salivating in the shadows.
So I'm kind of imagining, at this point, it's getting to actual night. We're probably trying to set up camp somewhere.
Yes.
I'm going to do that spell to move trees out of the way.
Okay.
To make us a little clearing.
Sure.
I think it's technically supposed to be so you can walk through them, but I like the idea that I can just shove them out of my way a little bit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So do you want me to roll for it?
Yes. Please.
So I don't...
So you don't, like,
whiff?
make the trees crowd you.
Okay. Gross.
So all of a sudden they're up way too
We're
close.
inside trees.
12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I just cast it, and
Sure.
it's like I start pacing around the trees, and they start like the way it's worded is it moves 5 square feet around me, or 5 square meters. So
okay,
it's like,
wow, that's a lot.
That's a good amount, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna like pace myself a clearing.
Sure. And so the trees start to move out of the way, and earlier you had seen these big boulders, right?
Yeah.
And as these trees start to part and move out, you can see that there are several of these large boulders, but as you're looking closer, they look like they've been carved out.
Oh.
And they look like they've been carved into a shape of a lantern. So there's like a little hollow inside. And when I say little, I mean like Jake could fit inside of this. This is a pretty big looking lantern. Like they stand 6 feet tall.
Okay. So it's a pretty big nook.
Yeah.
But not enough that like we could all fit in there.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But there's like 3 of them.
I mean, I was kind of worried about the candles getting rained on or something, so let's put 3 of the candles in there.
Okay.
In the nook, because they're kind of spaced out in a way that would make sense.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that then. And then, do you think I made enough room to do the cottage?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, then I'll do that, and let's see if the cottage burns down. And I got a 14, so...
Oh, your cottage
I
is
think
fine.
the cottage is okay. And conveniently, that's almost all the MP I have for this day. Well, I went from 29 down to 9, I think.
Wow.
Anyhow, so...
Okay.
And then we'll put the last candle in the cottage, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's Jake doing right now?
Watching Babu do all this stuff, I guess. He seems like he's really busy, and it's too dark for me to really do anything, I
Okay.
guess.
Do the candles provide, like,
There's all these moths.
acceptable light?
Yeah, it's just like, it's dim lighting.
Okay.
You'd be able to see around, but they're pretty big candles too. Like they're not like, they're the kind that you get that are...
They have like 3 wicks.
Yes, they have like 3 wicks in them, yeah.
I was thinking, Jake try to catch all these moths? Or some moths or whatever?
I mean, yeah, sure, what do you want to do?
Because I want to catch them, like, mush them up and make them into, like, a moth patty.
Moth patty?
Yeah, and deep fry it. See if they taste good.
Aren't some moths, like, poisonous?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least according to Pokemon.
It's a real thing, though, isn't it? Like,
I think some
Would Pokemon-
exotic ones. I'm pretty sure there's some exotic ones that are poisonous.
would
but
Pokemon lie to me about BeheMoth?
Never.
I think Pokemon would lie to you about some things. I'm just going to say.
You do this. I'm going to Google this for my own.
Right. Tell me how Jake is going to go about
Well,
catching
like
these.
prior to like we setting up the citronella candles and getting them away, I think like as they're flying on him, he's just like catching them. Yeah,
All right.
he's like taking them because whatever they're like all over us and all that.
Do you have a hunt or trapping?
Do I have a hunt or trap? Yes, I have hunting.
Okay.
So I'd roll Dex Int, and I received the number of rations equal to check. Oh,
so the
for
check
me,
is 8.
Dex and Int is hunting.
yeah, Dex.
Yeah. Yeah. So your check is going to be to catch these moths because they're so dense. I think it's not that difficult to do. So I'm thinking you're gonna do a check 6.
Okay, I rolled a 11.
Oh yeah. So you get enough moths to feed to like be worth six rations worth of food.
Sweet. 6 rations worth of moths.
Let me just write that down, I guess.
I'm going to write that down myself.
So I like to imagine like Jake is running around, Babu's setting up camp. Colleen is probably taking inventory of stuff, making sure that they have the candles. Arthur is doing...
So, yeah, while he's cooking up those moths, I'm checking my book to see if there's any mention of these moths in here.
Sure, yeah.
8.
6 rations of poisonous
Mothballs.
So I haven't given these moths a name.
I did find out during Googling that moths that are poisonous are generally poisonous because they eat poison plants.
Gotcha.
So
These are eating your clothes, and...
they might give me...
Do you have poisonous clothes?
I do not. I have gross clothes. Just to think we've been traveling a while now. Probably nasty and oily. A little bit of grease.
So yeah, Arthur, I think that like for what these moths are, it's not atypical for a moth to eat clothes. It just seems that there's a lot more here than normal. Like you're like, this must be where all these moths come from, essentially. This forest must be like the ground, like
Homeworld.
the homeworld of these moths.
They're very aggressive as well, because most moths are kind of like...
It's almost like they've never seen, like they're coming towards you like they've never like been around people before, essentially. Like they don't see you guys as a threat.
You just see it as food.
They just see as like, oh, that's delicious and fibrous. I want to eat that.
Maybe this sounds too aggressive, like thread gnashers.
That's actually a great name.
pretty badass.
So thread gnashers.
I want to ride a thread gnasher. Can we get a big one?
You gonna play a fairy in the next campaign? Riding a thread gnasher?
Tempting. Stop tempting me.
Okay, so Jake is running around catching moths, and he's showing them to Arthur, and Arthur's like, oh, that's so many thread gnashers.
Which is my sworn enemy.
You're sworn enemy, huh?
With your rich clothes?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Your fancy embroidered brocade stuff they really
your
want.
sword
Yeah, it
out
just slurps up those embroideries like spaghetti.
You
So,
got
yeah.
your sword out, and they're just like, what's that? Wah!
Like you went as far as to call them your sworn enemy, like you've known about them all along.
It's like playing Fruit Ninja,
Right.
except with moths.
Okay, so Jake, like you're running around catching moths, and you're coming back into the camp, and as you're approaching the camp circle where the lanterns are lit, you feel this gust of wind hit you on the back, and it just repeats. Give me a perception check as well. A sense.
I roll it so bad this is like, oh, it just must be the wind. it's nothing. That's int and spirit, right?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
So you're sniffing, and you smell this like it's mint. Mm-hmm. And
Mint.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
and you turn around and you look up, and there's this huge moth coming down, and it looks like it's heading towards the lantern.
It's a caterpillar.
It lands.
Oh, I meant it's a moth?
It's a moth.
It's okay.
It used to be a caterpillar.
Do caterpillars turn into moths?
You guys didn't know what it was. You didn't really like. You'll see. Okay, so anyway,
Did I put
What are
egg?
moths?
it's caterpillars. There's all sorts of different bugs. I mean, it's
Okay.
not necessarily a caterpillar. I can't remember.
Or whatever.
Fantasy.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
I was just thinking that moths are just
I have
moths.
no idea because I
Yeah.
hate
It's-
bugs.
It's
So
no big deal. I was just
I'm gonna go
asking
with
for
it.
curiosity's sake.
So yeah, this large moth, big enough to sit on the lantern,
Good God.
green wings, sits down and it starts flapping, and it looks down at you and goes, "Yo, what's up?" I don't know what to say.
Whoa.
Do you remember the voice I did for it? I can't even remember. I remember you.
Jake just kind of looks at it confused for a second.
And then it looks over into like the clearing and goes, "Hey, I remember all of you."
Oh, God.
Oh, Jake just kind of looks at it confused, like, I don't know. Like, I don't,
Yeah, you're the one who told me I stole my leaf. I ate my leaf.
No.
I didn't.
I told a little caterpillar that. Who are you? You're definitely no
not
little
get it.
caterpillar.
I was that caterpillar.
Jake's like kind of like putting two together in his brain. He can't quite get to work.
I grew up.
This is glow up.
Okay, glow up.
She's just staring at him.
I know.
Jake's
Just
kind
like
of
the
like.
moth is staring at him.
I hate to say this, but Jake's kind of like too interested in cooking the moths that he has. So he's like, I don't have time to bother with this moth. So I call everybody else over, like, hey guys, check this out.
What are you guys doing here?
We're traveling through the forest.
That's cool. I love this forest. It's my home.
Caterpillar become?
No.
Jake, who is this?
He claims to be. It claims to be the caterpillar that was all about the mint leaves. That was a little liar.
Looks like he's eating a lot of mint leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally found some more leaves. You helped me out so much. I love you guys, except for you. You were mean to me.
And he looks at Jake.
It's like Jake's like I care if you take me or not.
As you flip some moths on over.
Yeah, just like.
Oh my god! What are you doing with those moths?
Toast them up real nice.
What's Babu doing?
Yeah, what's Bob doing?
He hates this moth so much.
Dang it! I had a spell I could have cast that would have killed the moth. Summons a tent of magical mosquito netting that zaps approaching bugs. Would have been cool.
Yeah. Are you thinking about that as you look at this giant moth?
Oh my god, yes. Well, I'm thinking like, okay. My first thought is, oh, he's gonna eat Jake.
The little caterpillar turned into like this giant dude, bro.
Yeah.
So like, man.
I mean,
What happened in the last like 3 weeks?
like, give me a radius. How big is this moth? Like, could it?
So I told you that the lantern is like 6 feet
Yeah.
tall. I think he's probably like
his body.
yes.
Okay.
So he's probably like wingspan like 10 feet.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He's a
Is he a
huge-
moth man?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, he lifts up one arm and flexes. He's wearing a.
Does he have arms?
No, he looks like a moth. I mean, he
So-
has legs because he's a moth.
So if
He's just jacked all over and it's
Here-
like really creepy looking.
Yeah,
here's my thought process.
he's wearing a hat backwards.
Oh
If
god.
his body is like 6 feet tall, then his wings are like 18 feet.
Probably, yeah.
That's like
He's huge.
he's fuck huge.
Like when his wings
He's the whole
flap
moth.
come down,
It's the whole-
it's enough. It's breezy.
How does he have room to fly in this forest?
I'm really good at navigating.
Well, that's good to hear. I'll talk to
Yo,
him.
I just break through the branches, yo.
It punches through. Well, because like if you guys look up, it's like it's like a tall canopy. Like so you're not like walking like branches are hitting you or anything.
Right.
There's space around here. It's tall.
Right.
What were you saying? Ecodome?
Yeah, so it's like a
I thought you were going to say you look up and you can see his flight path where he just breaks through all the branches.
Yeah, there's that too.
Like the
Look.
Kool-Aid man.
Look, Kristen, I haven't really thought this through.
I had questions.
Probably got to see.
I'm also thinking of the tick and like that moth's name was Arthur also.
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll say, it's nice to see a friendly face here. This is a really pretty and scary place.
Yeah, the Deepwood's really just so cool. And I guess scary for you guys.
What's the coolest thing about it? Uh-oh. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, no.
Good anti-GM question.
I figure a Chad would know.
Well,
Oh yeah, speaking of, we never got your name.
God.
Are you named Chad?
Chad!
Brett.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, Brett or
Oh, God.
some other short name like that.
He's either Kyle, Chad, or Brett.
There you go.
yeah. You can just what's the
Interchangeable.
portmanteau of all of those
Cret.
names? Cret.
Correct. All right, canon now.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's Cret.
Or it'd be like,
I can't.
or if it was like a longer name like Jason, it'd be like J Dog or something like that.
Oh my god.
My name's Trey.
The best part of the forest.
All right. His name is Trey. What name do you want him to have?
I like Cret.
Cret. All right.
Yeah.
Cret.
That sounds. We can pretend it's a fantasy name and not just a.
Fantasy dude, bro. Yeah.
Yes.
Could he just have like his full names, just all those short names
Yeah.
put together?
Yes.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, it's like there's just so much food here.
Are you look? Is he looking at my clothes
No.
while he says
Not
that?
looking at your
Okay.
clothes.
What do you eat, Cret?
Lots and lots of leaves.
Still.
Still.
They'll just leave.
Any special kind of leaf?
Just my mint leaves, baby.
Every day.
Every day.
God, the pose I'm doing right now and this character's cracking me up.
Let's see. So, are we headed specifically for the center, or are we heading
Oh, you're
for
asking
the
out of
two
character?
trees? Out of character.
Out of
Are we heading
character.
specifically to the two trees or to the center?
So you're trying to head specifically to the two trees or get
Okay.
closer to there.
I'd like to point out, Babu is straight up horrified.
Yeah.
Like, Babu normally likes talking to things and like, oh, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
My name's Sean." But no, it's like, ah!
Yeah.
One, it's a giant moth, and two, he's a cret.
He's big enough that he's threatening to me now.
Yes.
And Jake was like, I thought he was a headache when he was small and dumb. Now he's big and dumb.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God.
And Arthur's just not afraid because he believes in the power of friendship.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Arthur
I'm
is
glad
the
one
pure
of us does.
So yes, out of character, you were trying to
Okay.
get towards the 2 trees.
Sure. So it's like, Cret, you said you're really good at navigating. We're trying to get to the 2 giant trees. You probably see those all the time.
Yeah, when I get out of the geodome, that's super cool to see and fly above them all.
Could you help us get there?
Can you fly?
Can you carry? Or can you at least point us in the right direction?
Huh.
Flying is kind of a challenge for us.
He is a big ass moth. I bet he could carry us.
Especially if he has an 18-foot wingspan.
it's
But
like-
we also have the donkeys.
This is like the Eagles from Lord of the Rings. It's like, hey, Cret, get a friend.
Well, yeah, I could, help you out. I got a lot of friends who could probably help you through the forest.
We would appreciate an introduction.
Yeah.
Well-
Do they look like you?
Well, they're all around us right now.
Uh-oh.
And
That's not creepy.
And he's like, see? And he's motioning to all the little moths that are around.
Motions with his wings, and it flutters the whole campsite.
Yeah.
Because he's so swole.
I imagine Jake's not putting the food,
Yeah.
the moths under his shirt.
Yeah. It's creepy, yeah.
Hey, Cret.
You're like Chewbacca with the porgs.
With the pork. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Cret,
Yes.
can
what's
you
up?
convince your friends not to eat all my clothes?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you really don't want to see what's under there.
So offended.
Yeah, I could try.
Are we okay?
I'll talk to them.
And so he'll all of a sudden you don't hear any noise.
Of course.
But a bunch of these moths will fly up towards him, and then he'll talk to them, and you see little antenna moving around, and then they're kind of swarming in certain ways, and
He's a big fart of pheromones, and yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, these guys will help. Yeah, they won't eat your clothes.
sorry, Chris, he's making dead eye contact with you as I do this dude profile.
Thank you, Cret. Babu will shuffle back out of.
You're welcome. So yeah, if you want to get to what, you're trying to do what exactly? Just go to the trees?
Well, Loam seems to be in danger. There's something weird going on. Some imbalance is happening in our world, and we got to figure out what's up.
That kind of makes sense.
Uh-oh. What have you
Have
seen,
you seen
Cret?
some kind of evidence of something?
Well, there used to be a lot more of me.
Yeah.
There's not so many anymore. I don't even remember the last time I had a friend like me.
Real depressed. He's got nobody to play hacky sack with.
Look,
or rip a
Cret.
bong with.
Out of character, Cret. You've been a big moth for 3 weeks.
For a whole
Like-
long time.
Just give it a sec.
I mean, I don't even remember how I left the forest, really. It was I was here for 1 minute, and then I was in a field, and my leaf was gone. Stuff is weird, man.
Yeah. Life is like that.
1 minute you're in a forest enjoying your leaf,
I
and
know.
the next you're in a field, and there's a dog making you feel bad about
unfair.
yourself.
Was this really that traumatic of an incident for Cret?
I'm deeply scarred in my heart. And he looks
Deeply
back at
scarred my bro heart, bro.
Jake, you might need to apologize. He is going to help us out quite a bit.
Okay.
I didn't eat my leaf.
You didn't eat. Well,
I lost
Is
it.
this going to be one of those things where you're more insulting apologizing than you were for what you originally were
I'm sorry,
apologizing
I feel
for?
like
you.
if Jake says anything, because it's Jake's your memory's so short that you don't remember how you left the forest because you just don't remember anything.
It's not even, I'm sorry I offended you.
Yeah,
It's, I'm sorry you were offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
you ate your leaf.
Yeah, it'd be I'm sorry you were
such a
offended.
shitty apology.
Yeah.
That's
The
not even worth
non-apology.
saying.
Yeah, I don't know if Jake would apologize. This guy.
Oh,
He's obviously waiting for something, and it doesn't.
And Jake's just staring at him oh.
well, anyway, I could help you out. I could probably figure out where you need to go. These little dudes will help.
Oh, nice. We would appreciate that. We don't want to get lost here.
Do you want to go right now?
What time is it? Because you were setting up camp, right, Babu?
It was nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
These dudes are active at night.
Yeah.
Can we go tomorrow night?
He'll do his little feelers, antennas, and they're like,
Yeah, whenever you guys want to go, they'll help you out.
Because that'll give us a chance to actually take a nap
Rest up.
and get prepared.
prepared.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to have to change our sleep cycle to rest during the day and travel
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah.
It will give us a little time to get reacclimated.
Let's see. I have an extra windbreaker if they need to eat.
Are you gonna pull it out?
Yeah, I'll pull it out. Because I'm not using it for anything. I have the RCK poncho that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a long, a day until we head out. I know you guys are really hungry.
Addressing them all.
Yeah, so I pull out the windbreaker and I kind of shake it around. Who's up for some threads?
Well, if you're still inside the circle, of the light, they're gonna climb up close, but the insect repellent is.
Oh no, I just toss it into the shadows.
Okay, yeah, and then you see at first all the moths
Disappears in
around.
midair.
Piranha.
All right. So now that you're hungry,
Well,
hands off the ones we're wearing.
Yeah.
well, it was really cool to see you guys, and I don't know, good luck.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
Thank you, Krat.
I'll always say thank you for that, even if he doesn't like me anymore. I'll still say, yeah, thanks.
Yes.
He turns to look at you.
It was welcome.
And he turns around. He'll flut really hard directly at Jake, and then he'll fly up. And the wind is so strong when he leaves, it pushes you back a little bit,
that's
and he'll take off into the night.
Well,
He just busts through branches.
See you later.
Krat was giving himself a prep talk.
Should have been.
I'm gonna be the better man. I'm gonna help,
Yeah.
and I'll show him. I'll show him how useless I am.
I can't believe it made such an impression on this character that he went and got swole. Jeez.
sometimes you just need some spite.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't believe he didn't say smell you later as he flew off.
I'm a better man. I'm off. I'm a better moth.
He's left, and you don't see any of the moths around, but it's keeping away the mosquito. Your citronella candles are keeping away the mosquitoes. I was going to have mosquitoes bite you in the middle of the night.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So now you have to do your camp check.
Okay.
And then also you should probably cook and eat your rations and drink your waters and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do some herb gathering also.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at camp checks.
What else is going to come out at night that we're going to have to run into?
I was
As we
gonna
go.
say after we do the camp check, I was gonna see how well we do, and then role play what my leader advice is.
I just critted the herb gathering.
Oh, geez. That means you get 3 herbs.
Does it?
I think
oh,
so.
dang.
Is anybody assisting you?
Oh,
You
I
can't.
would love help if anybody is.
I can give it a shot. Unless somebody else wants to give it a shot.
So I've got a D6 and a D12 plus 1. Do we get bonuses to the camp check for our specialized terrain?
I think so, because it's a journey check.
In that case, I've got plus 5, and then plus 6 if Jake rolls well.
Okay, and I'm helping, and I rolled to...
No.
Yeah, wait, I didn't even roll the right die. That one's wrong.
Oh, that's good.
Love that.
Because you fumbled.
I got a 7.
So you did not help. You did not help.
Okay.
But, what'd you roll, Babu? 12. You're
You're
fine.
making a magic cottage, though, ain't you? I don't know how Jake helps with that at all. So I think that's the whole point.
You can
He runs around the cottage and
fluff the
pees
bed.
on one wall.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fluff the beds and do that after you summon the cottage, right? It doesn't come pre-fluffed. It just comes what you summon it, and it's like a mess inside.
It comes in the condition that we left it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we still have to sweep?
Yeah.
I still have rat stew in the cauldron.
Oh, God.
Yeah, gotta wash them
Go do
dishes.
the dishes, Jake.
Yeah, gotta do them dishes.
All right,
Dirty. Oh, look who's talking. Oof.
So
Bobby.
your cottage is set up. Arthur, you find 3 Firefly Dark Pouch. You harvest its pollen, and it has a magical effects that deal damage or recover HP. Receive a bonus equal to the caster's level.
Oh, I get to do both. That's cool. Or either, I mean.
An annual that blooms only at night. The light purple flower resembles a pouch and glows in total darkness. So yeah,
Cool.
you found
Cool.
it in the
What
pool.
does it do again?
I can either deal damage based on my caster level, or I can recover HP based on that.
That's pretty cool.
So
Dang.
7 damage, or 7 HP either way.
I like it.
Okay, Arthur's got his herbs. Jake's in the house with his crushed moths.
Well, I was trying to think about if he'd crush them initially, like when collecting them, maybe. But I was just trying to think of how to prepare moths as food.
Now that they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like maybe you weren't crushing them. Maybe you were just catching them.
Yeah, because I was like, there's probably a couple ways Jake could think of to actually do it. One of them is kind of crude. It's just to crush them up,
Yeah, pate.
turn them into a pate. The other way would be to, like, I guess,
Fry them, maybe?
I was thinking about actually, like, removing the wings and then using the bodies to create a kind of pate, fry them up into like a burger-like thing, and then deep fry the wings on the side, almost like chips, and season them. Well, if they're like a crispy, crunchy,
Yeah.
then they'd be nice for a light snack. I don't know anything about it, preparing moths. So some obscure person out there is probably listening to this, like, you can't cook moths like that.
Welcome to fantasy. You
Welcome
to
do it
fantasy,
at your
yeah.
own. This is a game.
I don't know
So I
if
think
people
I think that's-
harvest moths and eat them.
I know, like, they create things like mosquito burgers, which is like because in some countries where they get like mosquitoes like crazy, they would just like they're basically like when they go to bite you, you just crush them and whatever, then collect them, and eventually you just smash them up and put them on a frying pan and just make a burger out of it.
Insects are the future of food.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
It's
get
true.
that
They're
part.
very effective.
I just think the mosquito bit is a little bit too much.
Yeah, gross.
All the blood
Fair
drinking.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Feels like
But
eating
yeah.
needles.
Yeah.
I think that's how Jake's
Okay.
gonna do. He's gonna make like moth burgers of the bodies and a side
love
of
that.
wing chips, basically.
All right, roll. Give me your cooking.
That is that's actually 16.
Whoa.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa.
Is that a crit?
That's
No.
no, it's pretty high though. It's
He
like
was very. You got a 9 and a 7 on a 10 and a D8, so he was very close.
So you made these delicious.
I made delicious rations. Moth burgers and chips are a hit. Rave reviews.
Arthur's so conflicted. It
Yeah.
smells so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Because you seasoned it too, right? Well, I mean, you didn't use seasoning.
I imagine he like lightly seasoned. Well, even though mechanically I didn't, I'd say like he would season them like with the salt, the wings, so that they're nice and salty, and then whatever. I'm not sure what he put on the actual sandwich
Little
part
French
of it.
onion soup in the burgers.
Yeah. There
Oh man, onion tanglers.
we go. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it so works out.
So
Cool.
I believe
So-
the next day you guys get a +1 to your condition.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So all of us ate it, so I only have 2 rations of moths left.
As Arthur eats this, he has to remind himself it's like, cows are cute too. We eat those.
Eating
Cows are
your
cute
sworn
too.
enemy, though. How cool is that?
Yeah, I thought you hated these.
I mean,
you
just
feel like a
because you
boss?
hate something doesn't mean you also want to eat it.
That's not true for me.
This is your guys' dinner talk.
If I hate something, it's getting in the belly.
Okay.
All right, so dinner done. You're ready to go to sleep. What are you guys? Are you going straight to bed? Are you gonna do watches?
We should probably do a watch.
I'm
Probably
gonna
do a
watching those rafters for those little creepers you got
I-
up there.
I don't think the creepers really exist. I think that's just a figment of your
Yeah, I'm just
imagination.
going crazy.
Just absolute bonkers.
Yeah, we should probably do a watch.
Yeah. I was gonna, since I rolled pretty well on my camp check, I was gonna, like, if I rolled poorly, I was gonna be like, let's not worry about it. But if I rolled well, so I think, yeah, we should set up a watch, do like, basically, we're dicking around until tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So however long that takes.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like,
So basically, you guys are essentially not traveling tomorrow. You're just gonna wait till
night.
night.
We're gonna
when-
travel in the night.
Yeah, when the
So
moths are active again.
we're gonna like try and conserve our energy throughout the day.
Okay.
And like
All right.
maybe try and harvest some supplies from around here and replenish our stores a little bit.
Okay. Well, so it is night and you guys are tired. So who takes first watch?
I think Babu will do it.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's gonna be like
2 hours.
2 hours for each of you.
Yeah. Like
So you guys can get 8 hours total sleep eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. Babu takes watch. Do your sense, which is int spirit.
I got an 8. D12 is not being very kind to me today.
How do you like? Are you outside?
Yeah, so I think what Babu does is on watch, he gets like I kind of want to say like a torch or something because it is pretty dark now and the candles aren't giving great light outside. So he walks outside and he's got his torch in one hand and then his walking stick in the other, and he's like just like walking around the perimeter, making sure nothing's creeping in the windows or anything.
Gotcha. With an 8, you really don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Like your senses are pretty normal. Like you.
Nothing triggers my spidey
You
sense.
still see the moths are kind of around the perimeter, and you hear crickets are starting to, pick up, and then, every once in a while, like a frog noise, and that's pretty much all that you hear.
Okay.
Normal frost noise. So 2 hours go by, pretty much uneventful.
Okay.
Who's next?
I will go next.
Colleen, perception, int spirit. Trying to
think.
decide. What was did you figure out what your total roll was? Was it 10?
Yeah, it's like 14.
Oh, geez. So yeah, Colleen, you're making your patrols probably the same way that Bobby does, but you're way more keen sense. Like Bobby was hearing noises. Like you see, like at one point, this out in the distance, you see what you thought like on their first pass was a boulder. It was just sitting there. When you walk by again, you're like, wait, did that boulder move? And then you're looking at it and you can tell that it's like slowly moving through the woods.
Oh boy.
It's a giant snail. Let's ride it to the trees.
But it doesn't seem like it's like, coming towards you guys or anything. It's just
Going about its life.
It's going about its life, but you hear the same stuff that Bobby does, but nothing happens.
All right, that's not creepy. Good. At all.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, please roll me in spirit and apply your appropriate.
I roll the 4 and apply my bonuses.
Yes.
Just Deepwoods.
Yes.
Basically. So it's just
So 6 total. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Jake's just too happy with himself.
he's like, I made some really good moth burgers.
I finally made something good. Like, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's out there wiggling and dancing instead of actually paying attention to what's going on around him.
Yeah.
So he's just like, yeah, I made something good. It's just like, he's just like dancing around the house, basically, kind of on watch, but kind of like just celebrating with himself.
I think at one point, like you're mid dancing, you hear this really loud snap in the woods, and it makes you stop. But nothing happens after the snap. And so you're like, yeah, I'm making burgers. I'm walking around and making burgers.
Yeah.
All right, Arthur.
All right, I'll concentrate when I do this one. Rolled an 11.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. And so the way that I see these rolls is like the more that you just see into the forest, essentially. I think you're keeping an eye out for like herbs and stuff. Like you're walking around and you're kind of like taking the topography. You hear the same like it's starting to become morning, right? So now you can start to hear birds chirping and you're listening and you're hearing bird noises that you've never heard before. Like I think Arthur's one of those kinds of person who, you tell me, is he like the kind of person who like tracks bird noises and like, was he that kind of person when he was?
Not really.
No.
Just specific ones of like, which are the dangerous ones? The calls to look out for? You know, the things that actually stick out.
Right. So like a screeching, like a hot screeching.
Yeah, you want to know what that is. But
Right.
if it's just some twerping, who cares?
I was imagining when you said birds you never heard before, I was just remembering that scene from Kung Pao where they're like, I'm a birdie too.
Yeah.
Just like, what? Okay.
So you're like,
It's a bird, I guess.
Wait.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet. I'm just a birdie too.
No, you don't hear anything, or nothing comes around camp.
Okay.
It's so you are doing a good job patrolling.
Okay. I feel like this response would have been different if I said I was really into bird sounds.
Well, I was just saying, like, I think Arthur would have been able to tell like different types of birds, and like if they're like birds of prey out here or
Yeah,
not.
do they sound like evil birds?
Yeah, I'm an evil bird.
This reminds me of the book of the Evil Birds Log. Look out for these ones.
You're fine.
Okay. Hey guys, no evil birds.
Like the feathered schemer.
And then you'll go back
Just
into the feathered schemer.
Feathered schemer. That's what the wizard makes, like
Yeah.
it's scheming.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking out for.
No, you don't hear the feathered schemer.
Okay, good.
So you'll go back in, watch is over, you'll finish up your naps, and then the day breaks. And we will also be taking a break right now. If you've been enjoying Shapeshift, please leave a rating or review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your shows. Sharing what you like about this show and talking about it with others is also super helpful and appreciated. Plus, I would like to see your thoughts and comments as well, which you can share with me on Twitter, tagging either ShapeshiftCast or Rocket Orca. Shapeshift is a member of the Geekspective Network. There's also a lot of other shows you can find me on at geekspective.com. There's Red Mage, Blue Mage, if you like Magic the Gathering, Party Like It's the Greatest Year in Film if you enjoy movies from 1999, and Tales from Moxbury, an actual play which is also streamed on the Don't Split the Podcast Network's Twitch channel every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come find news about it and other projects on my Twitter at Rocket Orca. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in 2 weeks. This episode was edited by Rudy Basso. You can find Rudy on Twitter at Rudy Basso. That's RUDYBASSO. Thanks, Rudy.